Yo, what's going on everyone? Oli here, back with a new video. Today we have some Ultra League battles here featuring Deoxys, Scrafty and GREEDENT. As always, if you guys liked my video, make sure you drop a sub, maybe leave a like and a comment. And without further ado, let's jump in some battles here. First battle here we have Deoxys versus Obstagoon. We did super effective counters here, so let's see what our opponent decides to do. Does decide to switch in Sylveon here. We just draw Rock Slides at this point. We really don't want the Scrafty on this Sylveon, so I figure out I'll just stay in for a bit. Here we just throw another Rock Slide. Deal some nice neutral damage. Here we hard swap in the GREEDENT. Opponent decides to throw a Moonblast at this point, which deals around 40% damage. Luckily that does not drop our attack, so here we can just farm it all the way down. Huge farm here. We will probably see the Obstagoon in here again. Obstagoon does show up, so here we throw back-to-back Body Slams. Here's the first one. We take a counter and we do hit the second Body Slam. Counter doesn't really do that much against the GREEDENT. We are really tanky here. At this point we just wait the switch timer a bit and we come in with the Scrafty. Opponent hard swaps the AMAC. 3, 4. We have 2 shields, so I mean our opponent here really knows that there's not that much that could be done, and he decides to top left, so GG's. Next opponent here we have Deoxys versus Talonflame. So we deal nice Rock Slide damage here. We just throw 1, 2, 3. We throw the charge move in the end of their animation so they don't sneak. Here comes the Rock Slide, does not get shielded. Here our opponent is on 4, so here I figure out that I do leave a Brave Bird, but since he did not shield, I would rather just possibly farm down and keep the health of my Deoxys. In comes the Trevenant, so here I will just throw a Psycho Boost before I dip into my Scrafty. We resist Shadow Claws, so it's really just a Seed Bomb here that will deal some damage. And just farm up a bit more. We will take another Seed Bomb. We do not shield those. Farm up a bit more, throw one Foul Play. Let's see if our opponent decides to shield. Opponent does not shield. In comes the Shadow Machamp. 3, 4. It looked like I could have reached the Foul Play, but I didn't really want to take the chance, as those fast moves from the Shadow Machamp really does hurt. So we do take a shield. Here we come with the Deoxys. Opponent tries to make me catch or make me throw a move, but luckily I just wait and I just switch into my GREEDENT here. We take the Brave Bird, then we farm down. We will get off a Body Slam here, but our opponent decides to throw, so here I can just let this go. I have one shield with the Deoxys. I really wanted to bait here, and I do not bait, and this this does get shielded. But the Shadow Machamp is not tanky. So here I can just shield the Cross Chop even though we resist it. And then we throw another Psycho Boost. And it will most likely KO the Shadow Machamp. And boom, KO. GG's. See the next opponent here we have Deoxys versus Swampert. More of a neutral matchup here, so I just stay in here and I will throw a Psycho Boost after some time. Opponent decides to throw Hydro Cannon. Farm up a bunch more, then we throw the Psycho Boost. And then we'll dip out. Psycho Boost does connect. Here I hard swap in my GREEDENT. We are met with a Cobalion. This is also the thing with this team, is that we are weak against fighting in the back, so if we don't see a fighter in the lead, we kinda have to lure it out. Otherwise it can be difficult for us in the end. So let's see here. Do I decide to shield this move from the shiny Cobalion, looks like. Sacred Sword lands super effective damage. So here we throw the Crunch just to see if we can get a debuff. We do get a debuff. And for some reason opponent decides to throw here. I don't think I would have reached that other Body Slam. But luckily it throws and uses some energy. And here I come in with my Deoxys again. Opponent decides to throw the Stone Edge. And with 1 HP and a Dream, he does get off another charge move. I do shield the Sacred Sword. Probably would have lived it, but I figured out it would be safer just to shield. Then we throw a Psycho Boost on the Swampert and we hard swap in Scrafty. And let's see, was this the EQ? And it is an EQ from the Swampert. Deals around 60% damage. In the back we have a Articuno. So we'll start off here with a Foul Play. Foul Play does connect. Articuno farms up some more and we'll throw an Icy Wind here, which will debuff our attack. I do shield it. I think it would have almost killed me with at least 2 fast moves. He would throw the Power Punch and it does not get shielded. That's unfortunate. But then we can just shield this move. No, hold on. No, never mind. We don't have any shields, so we're not shielding anything. What we do know is that the Articuno cannot reach another move here. We just farm it all the way down. I knew that he needed 5 at this time, so now we just throw a Psycho Boost here. Does get shielded, we throw another Psycho Boost. And this will not KO, so we really have to throw another Psycho Boost like 3 times. And it's kind of weird for me why the opponent does not throw here. Because he already had some energy banked, so I guess he lost count or he wasn't sure because he could have won this game. Anyways, next matchup we see the Stunfisk versus my Deoxys. This is a losing matchup for Deoxys in the 2 shield. But I figured out I would just like to stay in for a bit and see what my opponent decides to do. Let's see, opponent goes for a Rock Slide, so I think he could have just loaded up more and just thrown the EQ right away. Even when I'm the Stunfisk against Deoxys, they don't shield the EQ, so he could have just thrown the EQ. I do throw a very resisted Rock Slide here just to get off some moves. I didn't want to debuff myself that quickly and then swap out. And your opponent decides to stay in, and you just throw the EQ, which I don't shield. In comes the Talonflame. We just start off with the Foul Plays. Opponent farms up some more. Let's see here, do I shield this? I do not shield the Flame Charge. I do leave it. And then I just don't reach the Foul Play. Maybe I could have thrown the Power Punch. If he didn't count, he would probably have shielded. But here we get off the Rock Slide. Does get shielded. We will reach another Rock Slide, so I have 2 shields, so I just shield this. 1, 2. Throw in the end of their animation. It does shield, so here I just hard swap the GREEDENT. Did I decide to shield this? Possible Brave Bird here. We do shield a Flame Charge. Here I know that the Stunfisk does not have energy, so I could have farmed it a bit more to be more safe, but I figured out I'll just throw here and get rid of it. And let's see here. And in comes the Giratina A. So luckily our GREEDENT is pretty much alive here, so we can just throw some super effective crunches. Hopefully we can debuff his attack in the next crunch here. Debuff the defense, sorry. Sometimes we mess them up. And at this point, it's kind of weird why he throws the Shadow Force, so I assume that he does not have Dragon Claw. He tries to snipe with the Talonflame. I know that he does not have a move there, so I just farm it down and throw another Crunch. Crunch connects and does KO. Let's see, next opponent here we have Deoxys versus Pidgeot. Nice lead for us as we're running Rock Slide. 1, 2, 3. Opponent tries to catch the Rock Slide here, so here I just throw the Psycho Boost and then I will swap out. We swap into the Scrafty here. We do leave one Sacred Sword here, so but I figured out I'll shield once. Then I'll throw the Power Punch, and opponent will reach another move for sure, so we just want to boost our attack a bit here. There's the Sacred Sword. Here we just reach that move with one. No, he does not reach a move, luckily for me. Alright, and here we throw the Foul Play. We have boosted our attack here, so this should deal some okay damage. Around 30%. Our Deoxys is still very much healthy here, so I can tank a Braybird here if I want, but I figured that I'll shield it. And it does throw the Hurricane. In comes the Trevenant, so we can throw one Psycho Boost and then switch out. Throw the Shadow Psycho Boost, and then we go into our Greedent. We resist the Shadow Claws here. We don't have shields, but he needs like 3 Seed Bombs to do really big damage here. Just throw another Crunch. Any top left. Next opponent here, we have Deoxys versus Obstagoon again. So another Obstagoon, here opponent switches in a Cresselia. This is a tough matchup for us, really kinda core breaker. Because the crunches from our Greedent does not deal that much damage to the Cresselia, even though it's super effective, and we definitely don't want to get hit by a Moonblast on the Scrafty. So we just switches in our Greedent here. And it does get that attack fell on us, so that's unfortunate. Moonblast connects. Here we just farm up and go for crunch. So remember, our attack has dropped a bit, so it really doesn't do much damage, and we don't even get the defense drop on the Cresselia. Then she decides to hard swap the Obstagoon here. So here we have some body slams ready for the first one. And do we reach the second one? Wow, look at that, 1 HP, 1 HP. Gradient is really tanky. We do throw another debuff body slam. Here I just coming with the Scrafty. Opponent should be able to get off double cross chops here. There's the first one. There comes the second one. We can shield this, we can also let it go. It does around 30% damage on the Scrafty. We farm it down. Back in comes the Cresselia, which does sniping with a move. So here I just shield it. And then we go for the foul play. I could have baited here, but I just go for the big move here. Opponent does decide to shield, so I shield, you shield situation, I guess. There's the Moonblast, we do shield it. Then we throw another foul play, and at this point I figure out that she is really weak against the Scrafty as she's staying in, so I just want to farm a bit more and try to catch a move. We did 1, 2, 3, and then we catch. We did catch a grass knot here, most likely. Yep, there's a grass knot. And in the back there is Kid. She decides to stay in still. Really need to guess what's in the back here, but it's definitely a wall rain. As she is that weak against counter users. There is the wall rain. Normal wall rain. I wish there was the shadow one, then I mean the rock slash would do way more damage. But we are still fine here. We are stacked on energy. Just throw another rock slide here. There's the second rock slide. Opponent does throw on CMP tie here. And I should leave this Icicle Spear. I do leave it, and I have the Psycho Boost ready. This will take out the wall rain. And then Cresselia is still alive, but we do snipe with our Scrafty. So let's see our last video of the battles today. We see the Sylveon into the AMAC. So this tells me that there must be like ABB here with double poison in the back. We do start off with the Rock Slide, then we hard swap in our Greedent. Opponent decides to throw Acid Spray here, just to debuff my defense here. Opponent opts to throw another Acid Spray. Maybe it would have been better just to load up and maybe hit me with a Sludge Wave if he had that move, but looks like he's maybe running Acid Spray and Crunch for Dark Pulse. Here we can just farm it all the way down. We get the full farm down. And back in comes, let's see, it's waiting the Switch Timer here. Back in comes the Sylveon. We still have the Deoxys for the Sylveon, and we will hit some nice body slam damage here. Does get shielded. Here I hard swap the Deoxys. This is a really risky move here to hard swap this, because other than the Greedent, which is really low, it's on the Deoxys. But I figure out if I can just do work with Deoxys here, then maybe I can sweep with Scrafty if my opponent does have 0 shields, and then if I can hit a foul play when the Sylveon is really low, that can work. So let's see here. Do I shield this one? No, opponent only throws Aqua Tails here. So here we just go for the Rock Slide. Opponent decides to shield, and we will see another Aqua Tail here. Opponent really doesn't like crunch. I mean, it should have crunch for like Deoxys, Giratina, Cresselia, and other types. Back in comes Sylveon. Here I just hard swap my Greedent, and I should reach a Body Slam before it takes me out. I do reach the Body Slam. Does connect. Opponent has 0 shields, we do have 1 shield, so here I can just come in Scrafty. The Sheila move. Could have done some better counting here because it was definitely not a play rough. But we shield it regardless, and we will take it out with the foul play. And this should be a GG. Let's see here. Foul play does connect. Not very effective, but still enough. And back in comes the Drapion. We do leave an Aqua Tail from this range. So pretty much a GG's, and well played to all my opponents. If you guys liked the video today, just let me know. Would be nice with some feedback. And make sure to subscribe, maybe like the video and comment. And if there's anything I can do better with YouTube videos, just let me know. I'll be happy to improve, and I do really like this platform. And until next time, have a great day, guys.